I don't think we can pinpoint one thing that led to this decision, but it's been for the last over a year now. Farmers have been on the streets. And, it's not just the farmers protesting from particular states of the country. Uh, you have to understand that 58% of the Indian population actually depend on agriculture for their livelihood. And so these are the people who are directly dependent. They have family members who may be in other professions, but they still know what is the situation of farmers, what is the reason why these laws are, so not acceptable to them. So they were basically losing support of large portions of people and two big states. One is the western state of Punjab, from where most of the protesting farmers belong to Punjab. But more importantly for the BJP, for the ruling NDA coalition, more important is Uttar Pradesh, that also heads to elections next year in large parts of western Uttar Pradesh. There are farmers who could have made a lot of difference to the party, which it is in power in Uttar Pradesh. So BJP is not that big a player in Punjab. Because it has been in the government there, but it has been a minor partner in an alliance. And that party has since left the NDA over the farm laws, the Shiromani Akali Dal. They have left the coalition.
So what has the Prime Minister said? What explanation has he given? And what do you make of the timing of this? You think it's a political move?
It is certainly a political move, but what he told us on TV this morning is that he's choosing the holy occasion of the birthday of Guru Nanak to announce this. And he also said, and these are very uncharacteristic words coming from Prime Minister Modi, that I humbly apologize to the nation. And I will... this was done with the best of intentions, and we tried to talk. We were willing to put it on hold for 2 years. We did all of those things. And at no point of time did we have anything but the best interests of the farmers in our hearts. Yet we failed to convince. And so that is why we are repealing, and the repeal process will now be carried out in the upcoming Parliament winter session.
And Abantika, is this the end of the matter, or are farmers wary that the government might try to bring these back in the future?
See, one can't say, because distrust levels, yes, are currently very high. Farmers have said that we will figure out, we will discuss and then decide what is the next course of action. For a whole year, there has been so much bitterness. And remember, last month, 5 people were, farmers and others were run over in a particular place in Uttar Pradesh. And the main accused is the son of a minister in the central government. So all of these things have created so much bitterness and distrust between the farmers and this government that, whether this is the last we have seen of the matter or whether there's some more to come. I mean, ideally, it should end with the repeal of the laws. But what happens next, we will have to wait and watch.
Well, it has been such a long campaign by farmers. Remind us of what they've been through, all these protests.
Yeah, so these protests, they've been on since last November. One person died on Republic Day in January this year, a tractor overturned, and there were very, very rowdy scenes right at the heart of the city, just a few hundred meters from where our office is in central Delhi. There was mayhem literally in January. Then the Lakhimpur Kheri killings happened. Farmers were run over, and then some people were beaten to death allegedly by protesters. And then a very gruesome incident happened a few weeks ago when a man was, he was found in one of the protest sites with his limbs cut off. And there was a particular religious group that took that said that yes, we did it because he had done something to hurt our religious sentiments, so that is his punishment. And those videos were really gruesome because he was this man who had his limbs chopped off and he was still alive. He was talking. He eventually died. So it's been a very, very rough, bloody, and people died. So many people died. During the protests, waiting. There was COVID. in fact, one of the reasons that Punjab, as I mentioned, one of the reasons why there was such a big outbreak there was, the officials were telling us that it's because there's a roster system in these protests and people keep coming to the protests and going back to their villages. So, it's been a very, very rough 1 year, which is why I'm saying that how much, whether the trust returns, whether it's all peace, because today the Prime Minister made an appeal that please go back to your houses. Today is the birthday of Guru Nanak. Please go back to your houses, go back to your families.
Yet many of these protesters vow to continue on fighting. How are they reacting to the news? They consider it a win, but they say it's not the end of it for them, some of them.
Yeah, so I guess they are apprehensive so one of the reasons these laws were sort of so not acceptable to them is because they saw that this was a surreptitious way of introducing private players into agriculture that would end up hurting them. So maybe there are some concerns now that there might be some other way, if not these laws, some other way of achieving the same end. So that is, I think, one of the concerns right now.
Okay, Abantika Ghosh, unfortunately we have to leave it there, but thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you, Hai.